Wondering how you can add a little Puerto Rican touch to your next celebration or family gathering? Well, today I am going to be sharing with you 4 awesome, delicious, and super easy traditional Puerto Rican recipes that are a must-have in any Puerto Rican celebration. Not only are they a staple in our culture, but they are recipes that all of your guests will absolutely love. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's kick things off with an appetizer. We are going to be making beef Puerto Rican empanadas. We are going to begin by making our picadillo, which is simply the filling for our empanadas. So first, we are going to go ahead and add some oil to a saucepan, and we are going to saute half an onion, 1 to 2 tablespoons of sliced olives with pimientos, 2 tablespoons of sofrito, 1/4 cup of tomato sauce, half a teaspoon of oregano, 1 to 2 teaspoons of adobo, and this could be to taste, 3 minced garlic cloves, and we're going to let this all cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we're going to go in and add 1 pound of ground beef and 1 packet of sazon. We're going to go ahead and mix everything together, make sure everything is well incorporated, and we are going to let this meat brown completely. Then let's give it a little taste and make sure that everything is pretty good. Add a little bit more salt or adobo if necessary. Then we're going to go ahead and cover our pot, and we're going to let this simmer on low heat for about 10 minutes. Once our 10 minutes are up, it is time to assemble our empanadas. We're going to go ahead and transfer the meat without the juices to a different container. Next, heading over to the countertop, I like to place some parchment paper on my countertop just for quick and easy cleanup. I'm going to be using these Goya discs for empanadas. However, you can use any brand of your liking. We're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the picadillo filling in each plantilla or in each dough disc. Then we're going to press it over to make a half moon shape, and then using a fork, we're going to press all along the edges on both sides. We're going to do that with the entire packet. Once we are done assembling all of our empanadas, we're going to head back on over to the stove to fry these guys up. We are going to go ahead and turn our heat up to a medium high. Place 1 inch of oil into the frying pan. I'm going to be using vegetable oil, but you are welcome to use canola oil. We are going to wait until our oil heats up. A good test to see if your oil is ready is if you dip a little bit of the corner from your empanada and it starts bubbling up. That means that the oil is ready for frying. We're going to fry each side of our empanadas for 2 to 3 minutes or until they are golden brown. Once they are done frying, we are going to take a paper towel lined plate and we are going to place our empanadas on there to make sure that all the oil just drains out of it. And just like that, we have our Puerto Rican appetizer ready to be served. Next up, we are moving to the star of every single Puerto Rican celebration, and that is arroz con gandules. This rice is in every type of celebrations, weddings, birthdays, holidays, you name it, and this rice will be there. We are going to begin by turning our stove up to a high or medium high, and then in a deep pot, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of oil, 1 cup of kielbasa or ham, 2 tablespoons of sofrito, and we're going to let that simmer for about 3 minutes. You're gonna see that the sides are going to start browning. Once this nice mixture is done sauteing, we're going to add 4 cups of medium green rice. Now, I personally like washing my rice, so I do wash it beforehand. Then to that, we're gonna add 4 cups of water. When cooking with medium green rice, I like to keep a 1-to-1 rice to water ratio. Then we are going to add 2 packets of sazon, 1 packet of the Goya ham flavoring, 1 tablespoon of adobo, and then we are going to combine this all together and we are going to let it come to a simmer. Then we are going to add 1 can of gandules. We're going to mix everything together and we're gonna let the rice cook uncovered until almost all the liquid has been absorbed. Once almost the entirety of the liquid has been absorbed, we're gonna give everything one final mixing from the top up, and then we are going to place the lid on the pot. We're gonna lower our heat all the way down to low, and we are simply going to let it cook for 15 minutes. We're not gonna do anything to it for those 15 minutes. You can just simply set a timer, walk away, and then come back. Once the 15 minutes are up, come on over, uncover the rice and fluff it up with a spoon or a fork, and your rice is ready to be enjoyed. Your rice should be tender and the grains should be loose, not mushy. Now it's time to go ahead and get your party started with this traditional dish. Moving on to our next recipe, it is another holiday favorite, and we are going to be making pernil asado. This is a tender, flavorful oven roasted pork. I'm first gonna begin by making that mixture of seasonings. So I'm gonna take my 1 tablespoon of adobo, and I have a little container here with a little spoon. So I'm gonna use that to put all the goodies in there. So 1 tablespoon of this. Some people like more. They like to make theirs more saltier. In my book, I say you can always salt more later. I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of oregano. So oregano is delish. I feel like you can never have too much oregano, you know? I'm gonna do 3, let me see, I hope I have enough. Oh yeah, I will. 3 tablespoons of sofrito. 3 tablespoons of the lemon juice, because that equivalates to a medium lemon. I'm gonna be adding my garlic cloves. So I'm gonna add 10 of them. Some people put the whole garlic clove in the slits when they're marinating the meat themselves. That's fine. I just like to put my pieces in like this. If you are enjoying this video so far and you haven't done so yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Now comes the fun part. Pretty much what we're going to be doing is with our knife, we're gonna be making these little slits. I'd say they're about maybe like 2 inches long. And then you're gonna take with the spoon and you're gonna put the marinade in the meat just like that. Okay, and we're gonna do this all throughout the pork shoulder. I think I actually might use a little bit more adobo on the sides. This is all stuff I usually do just by looking at it. So today I'm just measuring. So it has some on the side here and some on the side over here. And then I'm gonna add my sazon packet, which I had completely forgotten to mention as well. Half of it on one side, some on the side, some on the other side. Pretty much what we are going to do now is we're going to let this marinate. It is best if you let it marinate overnight, or you can let it marinate for a couple hours and then come back to it and bake it. We just wanted to soak some of these really good flavors in there. Yesterday I was making turkey and all this stuff. I didn't have time to do this yesterday, and I'm gonna need this for tonight. So I'm going to let it marinate for a couple hours. So I'm putting my pork roast in the oven at 325 degrees, and I'm going to keep it covered. If you're using an aluminum pan, just simply cover it a little bit with some aluminum foil and then uncover it when the time comes. I personally prefer using the aluminum one. It's a lot easier for cleanup, but this is what I'm using right now. Now let's finally complete this Puerto Rican feast with a delicious side of ensalada de papa. The very first thing we're going to be using in our potato salad is going to be potatoes. I'm going to be doing a full 5-pound bag of potatoes, and I'm using the gold potatoes because I really like how smooth and soft they are, but you are free to use any potato of your liking. I'm first going to go ahead and peel all of my potatoes. A little time-saving and cleaning tip that I have for you is to use the bag that the potatoes come in to put all of your potato peels in it, just for quick and easy cleanup. And then after I'm done, I simply roll the bag up and place it in the trash. Now that I have all my potatoes nicely peeled and washed, it's time to dice them. Now, depending on the size of the potato, I like to slice them in half first, slice them in half the other way, and then into thirds. If the potato is smaller, like this one, I go half, half, and then half this way. But you can cut them in as small pieces as you want. Once all the potatoes have been diced, I'm heading over to the stove, and in a large pot of water, I am adding about, I'm gonna say 2 teaspoons of salt, just to give some flavor to the potatoes as they're cooking. As the potatoes are boiling, I also have on the side 5 eggs boiling, 1 egg per pound, and some people like to add these along with the potatoes. I personally just prefer to boil them separately. Once the eggs are done, I go ahead and cut them. Now, I personally just use a fork and smash them down that way, but if you like your eggs a little bit more uniform, you can go ahead and simply cut them with a knife. Next, I'm going to add an 8-ounce pack of diced ham. I just love the convenience of the pre-diced ham. It just saves me time, and it's just so much easier to do, and they're cut down in like the perfect size. Next, I'm adding in my mayo. You can add as much mayo as you want to your potato salad. I'm simply just adding 1.5 cups. Then I'm adding a 1/4 cup of the red onion, a container of pimiento morrones, that's the pimientos, and they have been drained. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of mustard, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I just love the tanginess that these things add. I don't add too much mustard because I don't want it to be a very mustardy potato salad, but I feel like 1 tablespoon gives it just a nice little touch of the mustard flavor. Finally is like the most important thing I feel like in a Puerto Rican potato salad, and that is apples. Apples really make a Puerto Rican salad, in my opinion, a Puerto Rican salad. So I just use the Gala apples. I feel like the Gala apples have the perfect blend of sweetness and crispiness, and I always wait till the very last to add this. I go ahead and peel the peel off, and I dice it in small enough pieces. And 1 apple is more than enough, in my opinion. Once I'm done dicing up that apple, I put everything in a bowl, and I just mix it all. I love pre-mixing all the other ingredients besides the potato first, because I feel like it helps everything incorporate very well and just get all those yummy flavors. Now, I know that my potatoes are done when they are fork tender. I'm not making mashed potatoes, so I don't want to overcook them. I still want them to have the consistency of a potato. I went ahead and drained them, and I'm going to be doing the mixing all in the pot instead of in the bowl, just because it gives me a little bit more space to mix and not mash my potatoes. With a spatula, I'm just mixing everything in so that it's well incorporated. Once everything has been mixed very well, I'm giving it one final taste to see if I need to adjust for salt. And in my case, I did needed to add some salt. I added about 1 to 2 teaspoons. You can really use your judgment at this point. Once the potato salad is made, you can go ahead and place it in whatever bowl or container you are going to be storing your potato salad in. Then I just let it sit out for a little bit so it would cool off. Now, potato salad is best when it's chilled. So I went ahead and put it in my refrigerator for about 5 to 6 hours, or until it was completely cooled. And this potato salad was absolutely phenomenal. Puerto Rican potato salad is definitely one of those side dishes that you will find in any celebration or any festivity. Want some more traditional Puerto Rican recipes to add to your next family gathering? Go ahead and check out my Puerto Rican recipes playlist. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.